Everyone is searching for the secret to success. Some believe it's talent, others wait for the perfect moment, and many hope luck will work for them. But here's the truth. None of those things will get you where you want to be. The most successful people in history weren't the smartest, the fastest, or the luckiest. They had one thing in common: discipline. Discipline isn't a restriction. It's the greatest form of freedom. It separates those who achieve greatness from those who never reach their potential. So, what makes some people incredibly disciplined while others struggle? More importantly, how can you train yourself to become one of them? Stay with me, because in this breakdown of Ryan Holiday's Discipline is Destiny, we'll uncover the key principles that turn ordinary people into unstoppable forces. If you want more insights like this, subscribe now. By the end, I'll reveal the habits distinguishing winners from everyone else. Self-discipline equals self-control. George Washington wasn't the strongest, the fastest, or most brilliant military strategist. Yet, he led an outnumbered, underfunded army to victory against the greatest military power of his time. How? Through discipline and unshakable self-control. His soldiers didn't follow him because of his rank. They followed him because he never lost his composure, even in the worst moments of war. When chaos erupted, he remained steady. When others panicked, he stayed in control. And that's exactly where discipline starts, with mastering yourself. Someone else will if you don't control your emotions, distractions, and impulses. Your boss, your cravings, your social media feed. Every day, you either control your actions or let external forces dictate them. Success in any field doesn't come down to talent. It comes down to staying focused and consistent no matter what. Think about it. Do you want a thriving business? A strong body? Better relationships? It all comes down to whether you can resist the urge to quit, to procrastinate, or make excuses. Discipline is a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. And just like in battle, the person with the most control is the one who wins. Discipline destroys excuses. Marcus Aurelius was the most powerful man in the world, yet his life was filled with challenges, plagues, wars, and betrayals. He could have complained. He could have made excuses. But every morning, he sat down and wrote in his journal, reminding himself to focus only on what he could control. Most people do the opposite. They let excuses run their lives. They say they don't have time. But Elon Musk runs multiple billion-dollar companies and still finds time to read and learn. They say they're too tired. Arnold Schwarzenegger trained at night after working an 8-hour shift in construction. Here's the truth: it's never about time. It's about priorities. Saying I don't have time really means this isn't important enough to me. And that's fine if you're honest with yourself. But if something truly matters, you'll find a way. Discipline removes the need for motivation. You can't wait to feel inspired. You show up no matter what. The best athletes don't train when they feel like it. The best writers don't write only when they're in the mood. They do the work because that's who they are. Excuses keep you stuck. Discipline moves you forward. And that's the only real difference between success and failure. Discipline is a habit, not a mood. The most successful people in the world don't wait until they feel like working. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on habits. Kobe Bryant was already one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Yet, while others were still sleeping, he was up at 4:30 a.m., training before his regular practice. Why? Because he understood something most people don't. Success is built on routine, not emotion. Most people make decisions based on how they feel in the moment. They hit snooze, skip workouts, and put off important tasks, waiting for motivation to strike. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Habits, on the other hand, are permanent. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't decide to do it every morning. You just do it. The same should be true for exercising, reading, working, or any other discipline that moves you forward. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll never start. The key is to act first and let the feeling follow. The more consistently you do something, the more it becomes part of your identity. Instead of saying, "I want to work out," you say, "I am someone who never misses a workout." Build the habit, and soon, discipline will feel automatic. Discipline means saying no. Discipline isn't just about doing more, it's about doing less. Warren Buffett didn't become one of the richest men in the world by making thousands of brilliant investments. He became successful by learning to say no to almost everything. His rule is simple: focus on your life's 5 most important things and ignore everything else. Look at your daily life. How much time do you waste scrolling through social media, watching pointless shows, or saying yes to things that don't serve your goals? Every time you say yes to something unimportant, you say no to something that could change your life. Successful people don't just work hard, they protect their time and energy ruthlessly. They understand that every yes carries a cost. If you say yes to another hour of Netflix, you say no to waking up early and working on your goals. If you say yes to mindless social media scrolling, you say no to reading something that could improve your mind. Discipline is not just about action, it's about elimination. The ability to say no separates those who achieve great things from those who waste their potential. Freedom comes through discipline. Most people think discipline is a prison. They see it as something that limits their freedom. But the truth is the opposite. Discipline is the key to freedom. Seneca, the great Stoic philosopher, believed that true freedom comes from controlling one's desires rather than being controlled by them. A person who lacks discipline isn't free. They are a slave to their impulses, distractions, and bad habits. They think they can do whatever they want, but their lack of control traps them. Look at money. If you are not disciplined in your spending, you will end up in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, and stressed about bills. But if you master financial discipline, you will be free to live on your terms. The same is true for your health, career, and time. Discipline is not a punishment. It's an investment in your future self. It's the difference between living with regret and living with purpose. When you embrace discipline, you no longer rely on motivation, luck, or talent. You create your success on your terms. That is real freedom. You have a choice: control or be controlled. Every day, you make a choice. Either you control your actions, or your impulses control you. Either you take charge of your life, or distractions, excuses, and bad habits dictate your future. Look at your daily routine. Are you the master of your time, or are you constantly reacting to notifications, cravings, and short-term pleasure? The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent or luck. It's discipline, the ability to do what needs to be done, even when it's hard or no one is watching. It doesn't matter where you are right now. What matters is what you do next. The first step is always the hardest, but once you take it, discipline becomes easier. It becomes part of who you are. So ask yourself, who do you want to be? Someone who lets life happen to them? Or someone who takes full control? Discipline is the foundation of every great achievement. It's not about talent. It's not about motivation. It's not about luck. It's about consistency, self-control, and the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. The most successful people in history mastered this skill. They eliminated distractions, built lifelong habits, and understood that true freedom comes through discipline. The question is, will you? Starting today, take control. Choose one area of your life where you will commit to discipline. No excuses, no waiting, just action. And if you need a framework to guide you, the next book you must read is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. It takes these ideas even further, showing you a step-by-step process to build habits that create long-term success. Now, I want to hear from you. What's one area of discipline you struggle with the most? Drop a comment below, and let's start a conversation. If you found this valuable, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more powerful book breakdowns every week. Because knowledge alone isn't enough, disciplined action changes everything.